TV, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're not a subscriber and you're just viewing the channel, thanks for stopping by. To all my subscribers out there that have been loyal to the channel, I appreciate you sticking around. It's been a quick minute since we've done a video. Been doing a lot of things in the last better part of a year, trying to get some other projects taken care of, which has taken up a lot of my time in between work life and, you know, everything else that goes on in everyone else's lives. We got a cool new product today. In fact, we've got two of them here. As you can see, they're bikes, but they're not just bikes, they're electric bikes. It's the first time we've went ahead and touched into the electric transportation world for anything, at least in this household. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go out and buy a Tesla, but I do want you guys to see this cool new product. We'll be showing you the bike, the actual manufacturer of the bike, which is Philodo. And we'll go over some of the cool features, what this bike comes with, how fast it's capable of going, and what the price point is on this thing. And then after we do that, we'll go over some accessories and then take this bad boy out and test it and show you what it can do. Okay guys, so normally when someone buys a product such as an e-bike or anything for that matter, they do an unboxing. They want to pull it out, show you how to do the full assembly right from the get-go. And in a lot of the videos on this channel in the past, that's something we've done. But for this time, I don't think I want to do that. The only reason I don't want to do that is because there's so many videos out there already, and there's even one on this particular bike that shows you how to do that. That's like a couple-minute video. So instead of making this videos too tremendously long and having to show you from one thing to the next, I think we're just going to get right into the bike. I'll talk about the things that were having to be assembled from the get-go, and then we'll talk about the features and get into it that way. And then if you decide to order this bike, you can go back and watch the video, which I'll put a link in the description for the assembly video for this bike. And then that way you'll have a link for the bike for purchase and one for the assembly. And then you'll also have our video to just see all the information I'm going to provide today. So let's take a closer look at this bike. So when you buy this bike, it comes in a pretty big box. I'd say like it's probably a 5-foot by 4-foot looking box, pretty big. And it's going to come with a bike 85% roughly put together already, assembled. So there's going to be a few things that you're going to have to assemble when you get this bike, and I'll go ahead and point those out on this bike. And then like I said, if you do watch that assembly video that I'll put a link in the description with, at that point you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So when I unwrapped the box and took the bike out of the box, I noticed that the first things that were obvious that needed to be assembled was the handlebar. The handlebar right here has these 4 bolts, and the handlebar is actually just sitting mounted to the side with a zip tie. All the wires are already connected, but I just had to put it on and add these 4 screws on it, screw it in, and then bam, the handlebar is on there. The front tire wasn't on the bike either. That front tire is actually over here, and it's kind of zip tied to the side of this bike. So the front tire would have to be put on, which is just, you know, a couple lug nuts and then a couple washers and things, and then that comes on. The other thing on this particular model of bike, and this is the Philodo H8 for those that don't know, I had 2 fenders, and it's just easy, couple screws. You got a fender back here, a couple screws there. So that's a couple of the things. The seat was another thing, which is real easy. It's just a quick relaxed seat, goes up and down. You can put it right in and then tighten it. So pop the seat right in. The battery is just something that slides right on there, and it has a lock and key that actually locks it into the actual base that you mount it on. A couple smaller features up here that had to be put together, or actually just one of them, and for that fact, is this little phone case, or actually phone holder. And it's cool because they give this to you with the bike, so it's not something you have to go out and buy. And then you would just put it in, and this one looks like it's coming off a little bit, but it's just popping out of that little thing. But anyway, so you have a phone holder, and then you're going to actually have the headlight to mount on. And these have some pretty quick, easy connections. The wires just basically connect together, and it's that simple. On the back here, for this particular bike, there was also this bike rack, and I'll show you this. This bag does not come with it. It's an added accessory, and we'll go over some accessories later. But the bike rack had to be put on, which is just a couple screws, 4 screws total to put that on. Other than that, and the bike light, the brake light, I should say, which is on the back here, the rest of the bike's assembled and ready to go. So, you know, you have to throw on a couple pedals as well, but those just screw right on. So besides all that, that's basically the assembly of this bike. Let's talk about what this bike comes with besides the parts that you have to assemble with. Okay guys, so this is some of the simpler things that come with this particular bike. They actually throw in the tools for you to assemble it with. They give you a number 19 wrench, and this is going to be for the lug nuts that go on the front tire, so you can tighten that right on. That's the only thing I found that this bike uses for this particular tool. You also have a multi nut tool, so it has different nut sizes for different nuts that you're putting on for like the bike light and the back brake light, and then these particular nudges right here for the bike pedals. So they give you that. They also give you a multi Allen wrench tool that has a bunch of different Allen wrenches. It actually has a flathead, looks like a Phillips, and then some type of a square tool, and then some smaller Allen wrenches. And then you can, oh, I see what this is. So this little square thing is for these 3 little sockets, and actually I didn't even notice that, but they give you some little sockets here to be able to put on here and tighten up different nuts and stuff. It opens just like that. So that's actually really cool to know that you have something like that, and it just sticks right on the back of here. Oops, if I can get on, it's got a little, like so. It's got a little tiny, a little bit hard to get on there, but anyway. So yeah, you put that on there, and then you can use that to try to screw different things on. I'm not going to mess with that really in depth because I'm not using it right now, but it does come with it, which makes it cool. Comes with a charger. So this particular charger is a 240 volt charger, 40 amps. Output is 54.6 volts, as you can see right here. That's the specs on this. Plugs right into the side, plugs into your wall. Keep in mind with this particular charger though, they give you some specific instructions on when you're charging. They actually want you to plug this charger into the battery first and then plug it into the wall. And before you disconnect it, they want you to unplug it from the wall and then unplug it from the battery next. So just keep that in mind, because I guess you can ruin the battery or shock it or do something of that nature to cause the battery to have problems. Comes with a battery, heavy size battery here. This battery is a 48 volt battery, 23 amps. Charging voltage is 54.6. Let's go ahead and see what this battery weighs. Brought a scale out. And that's not showing it. We got it on a different function here. Let's get it to pounds. There we go. So, as you can see, it's weighing in at 12.2 pounds. So it's kind of a heavy battery, but the bike can handle it for that matter. So these are the things that the bike comes with besides the assembly part of it. Let's jump into some more facts about this bike. Okay guys, some other interesting specs about this bike is the speed, how many miles you can get off of a charge of a battery, and what the weight limit is. So let's talk about that. So according to the bike specs on this particular H8 Philodo, it can handle 330 pounds. So anyone over that, I'm not sure if it would have any real issues. It just may go slower, but 330 pounds or less and this bike should run just fine. On a single charge, it can go 40 to 60 miles. Keep that in mind. That depends on if you're using the pedal assist mode that this bike comes with, and we'll talk more about that here in a minute. Or if you're simply just throttling it and not using pedal assist. That's going to determine how many miles you get on each charge. What I've found so far by doing some research is that if you're using pedal assist, you're not always using pedal assist 5, because there's 5 pedal assist modes, 1 through 5. If you're using like maybe like 2 or 3, the majority of the time, you're probably going to get closer to that 60 mile per hour mark, or not 60 miles per hour, but 60 mile mark on one battery load. If you're going to use the throttle constantly, what I've found is that you're going to be closer to the 30 to 35 mile mark as far as using just majority of the time throttling. And that's especially if you're throttling at top speeds. Like this bike's rated to go 35 miles per hour. I can tell you right now it'll do 37 miles per hour. I went ahead and did a quick little speed test on it just so I could actually explain the facts to you, and we'll show you guys later when we do the actual road test of the bike. But yeah, this bike's capable of doing 37 miles per hour. Another thing to keep in mind is the height of this bike. I noticed that there's his and hers out there that are buying bikes in sets. If that's the case and you're buying one for yourself, or you're buying one for your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever, and she may be shorter than you are. I'm 6'1" myself, and my wife is 5'1". This bike shows that it can go from the height of 5'1" to 6'4", 6'4" for riders. That may not be the case, however. When you're actually looking at the height, you want to go from the ground to about your zipper area. So that's where you're going to measure, right into the crease of your zipper area is how you're going to figure out exactly how tall this bike should be for a person, or how short it needs to be to accommodate a shorter person. But when you're looking at the closest range, this is probably where you're going to be standing over it, and I'll stand over it now myself. So if I'm standing right here, it's actually all the way up to my zipper area, and I can feel it. So, and that's right around this area of the bar on the bike. So right about here is where the bike touches in the zipper area. So if you take a measurement and measure from the ground up, you're talking about 32 to 33 inches. So if you measure yourself at 32 to 33, you can see that's right in the zipper area that I'm telling you. And I'm a 6'1", as far as height goes, person. So anyone shorter than that is probably going to have a little bit of difficulty standing over the bike, much less being on the seat and being able to keep your feet at least on the tippy toes, or all the way flat foot on the ground while you're holding this bike up. It's very important when you're ordering these bike, guys. You don't want to order this bike and then get it and find out that you, if you're a short person, or your wife or girlfriend or whoever you're ordering it for, isn't going to be able to stand on it without having a step stool. It just makes things a lot harder. The other thing is taking into effect the seat height. So as you can see, I have the seat up about, roughly 3 inches from the lowest part of the post. Now, if you measure from the ground up, we're talking roughly 36 to 36.5 inches from the ground up to the top of that. If I were to lower this seat all the way down and measure, now we're talking roughly 34 to 34.5 inches. So, well, like I was telling you, zipper, and I call it the zipper area because I don't want to get into specifics of the privates or whatever, but from the ground up, 34 is already up here to me, and that's almost waist level. So for a 6'1" foot person, this bike is definitely something of my size, but for someone who's under the 6, say like you're 5'3", 5'1", even 5'2" at the lowest, it says, it's gonna be a little bit of a trip to try to hold this bike. If you're at 5'1", you're probably going to have to go like this, and then get over onto the bike like this, and then have to come up, because you're gonna be barely tippy-toeing, and that pull's not gonna feel so good. Now for me, I can sit on this bike, and this is with the seat all the way down. I'm a 6'1" guy, and I can hold myself, and my feet are flat, and that's on the seat. So this bike is definitely the right height for me. But that's with the seat all the way down, as you can see. If I were to put the seat up to about right here, maybe like the 4-inch range, and then get back on it, now I'm tippy-toeing, and it's still doable, but it makes it harder to really get a good balance and be comfortable. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you're purchasing this particular bike, as far as the height goes, to accommodate whoever the person is that's riding it. Okay guys, let's talk about the bike and some of the functions that it has and what it comes with on it to make the bike capable of what it is it does. So if you come up here closer and you take a look, this is a all-wheel drive dual motor bike. Most bikes don't have a motor on the front wheel like this. This is the actual motor. It's hard to see the specs down there, but it says it's 1,000 watts. If you look on the back here, you can see it has a second motor, which is also 1,000 watts. So that makes this a 2,000 watt motor, all-wheel drive dual motor bike, which is kind of a little bit more competitive than some of the other manufacturers' bikes, because a lot of them come with a single motor, and a lot of them are only rated at 750 watts instead of 1,000 watts. That's what makes this bad boy stick out a lot more powerful than some of the other competitive manufacturers. This bike will also do 37 miles per hour, as previously mentioned, with the assistance of both these motors, and it also gives it the power to be able to drive it through different areas of terrain such as sand, snow, rockiness, hill inclines, and mountainous areas, which later on when we go out and do an actual physical bike ride test of this, you'll be able to see more of its capabilities. So let's talk about a couple other things that this bike has. If you look on the front here, it has a nice headlight, which I'll go ahead and turn on the bike. We'll turn it on and show you guys the cluster. Up here is the speedometer cluster. So what you do is you just turn this key, and then right here on the side of this bike under the plus and minus symbol, you hold that, and you can see the clusters lighting up now. So when it lights up, it kind of channels up, and you can see it immediately shows your battery level on the top, so it's fully charged. You're going to have your miles per hour when you're riding. Pedal assist mode, it's in pedal assist 1. You have your trip, odometer, and some other settings on here that it'll actually go through. We went and took this bike out to test it right out of the box because we wanted to make sure there was no functionality issues with it. So when we did the video, it wasn't lacking anything. It was actually working the way it should out of the box. So 16.1 miles we've already put on this bad boy. If you look right here onto the side of the handle, you'll see a couple buttons here. One of those is going to be the headlight. So if you turn this on, you can see right there how the headlight is turned on, and it's pretty bright. That's during the day. It also has the horn, which is significantly loud, but I wouldn't depend on using that horn if you're in traffic trying to honk at a car. But if you have other people walking in front of you on a bike trail such as so, or maybe other people on bikes that aren't seeing you and they're taking up the whole bike path or they're in the way, you can give them a quick little warning to let them know about that. Let me turn this off while we're explaining the rest. So one cool thing about this phone holder is it comes with the bike first and foremost. Second of all, it's not just a simple phone holder. It has a release button that opens it up, and that allows you to set the size of the phone. Some people's phones are wider than others, so you can just go ahead and put it in there like so. And I'll put my phone in it just to show you guys. Like, I have a Samsung, so it's pretty sizable, and it has two little pegs right here on the bottom which keep the phone from sliding forward. So that actually holds the phone in place really nicely. The other cool thing about this phone holder is it's not just a regular phone holder. If you look back here, this cable is going actually into the back of this, because on the bottom down here, if you look, you can see an actual USB plug. And what this phone holder allows you to do is take your charging cable, plug it into the bottom of this phone holder, and then put it into your phone and charge your phone actively while you're riding, as long as the bike is turned on. That will take the battery from the bike and actually use some of its power to charge your phone, so you can always have your phone charged when you're out and about. Just keep in mind though, it's going to slightly use some of the juice in the battery, so if you're not getting quite the amount of miles or something on your bike, it could be because of your charging of the phone. I don't know exactly how much juice the phone charger does use, but just something to think about when you're out there. It does have 7 gears, so it is a Shimano gear shift, so you can go down from 7 to 1. It also has a Shimano tension, which makes the bike pedaling tension a little bit higher or lower. You can either pedal real easily or it'll stiff it up and make it harder, depending on how much exercise you want to get. It does have hydraulic brakes, as you can see. Down here is the brake, and these ones are called diesel and I don't know if that's exactly how you pronounce it, but they are hydraulic, and you have a nice rotor right here. And then you have another one on the back of the bike back here. So it does have dual brakes, dual rotors. One other cool thing about it is it has front shocks. So you can see right here you have your shock fork, and right on the other side up here is where you can actually lock out the shocks, or you can open them up and turn them on depending on the terrain you're on. If you're on flat ground riding around the city on a bike path on a paved road, you may feel that turning those off makes the bike feel better for you, or you may just leave it on all the time in case you hit some bumps. It's ready to go. It did come with some fenders, like we had mentioned, as far as the assembly, so that'll help to keep water splash off of you and other components of your bike. It has down here is the control box, which is that your control module is inside of there, so that keeps it safe. And then there's another control module for the second motor in this one here. So that's why you have so many different compartments and cases going on this bike. The brake lights work just as a car. I'll turn this on and show you guys. So if you look at the brakes, and if you turn on the headlight, that has the brake lights on, right? So that's what it will look like if you have your headlight on all the time. Now if you actually push the pedals or the brake controls, you can see it lights up just like a car. So it's almost like driving a vehicle, which is great when people are traveling behind you, because then they can actually see when you're braking or slowing down, and it's not just like a reflector light. So these are some of the cool features that come on this particular bike, other than the bike itself. Let's talk about some other things. Okay guys, let's talk about the tires real quick. So these are a whopping 26-inch by 4-inch tires. As you can see, if I throw the tape measure on, all the way over here, you're looking at 26 inches wide. Now if you look at the top part of it, from one side to the next, 4 inches as well. So 26 by 4-inch tire. Some people prefer the skinny tires on the bike versus these fat ones. I've ridden both bikes, not e-bikes. This is the first e-bike and it actually has the fat tires. But when you look at what the capabilities are of a fat tire versus a skinny tire, I've found that it can go over a lot more softer surfaces such as snow, beach sand, and even bumps. This thick tire right here, it's almost 4 inches in width that way too. Actually cushions the bumps if you're going over some rocks or some tree roots or a curb or something coming off the curb other than just your fork shocks. It helps to soften up the bike and the way it feels. And it's just all around going through soft surfaces like the snow and sand, it's able to tread through there, especially when it has these dual motors. Okay guys, so finally, before we go out and take this bad boy on the road and give it an actual test to show you how fast it goes, other than what I've already told you, and how it handles on different terrains, let's look at some of the accessories you may want to consider when you get this bike. So if you're out and about, you don't get stuck if you have an issue. So what I did is I bought these bikes, and then I decided to get bags for both of them. This is the Moto bag, and I'll put links in the description for all the accessories and things that this bike actually comes with, so you guys can see what it is that it costs, and if it's something that you're going to be interested in getting yourself other than what I'm explaining to you already. So the bike actually has 2 Velcro straps on the bottom, so when you stick it on the bike rack, you can just Velcro the bottom of it, and that will hold this on pretty tight. You can add extra support to keep it attached to the bike. I've found that it seems like it holds it pretty well just the way it comes with the 2 straps already. But if you're going to have some heavy equipment in here, depending on what you're putting in it, you may want to consider additional straps, which I did buy, so I'll show you those as well. So let's open this up and see what it does. So for this particular bike bag, it opens up like this on both sides. And what it has right here is it has an additional bag. So you can actually zip this back up halfway on either side and drop that bag down. And now you have an additional bike saddle bags coming off the side of this, so you can put stuff in there. Whatever it is you may think you want to put in there, it's capable of holding it. It actually does that on both sides, and I'll show it to you just so you can kind of get an overall look of it. This side opens up too. There's the additional saddle bag, and it even has little hooks on here. So if you want to put this hook and hook it down to your bike to keep these from flopping up and down, it has that as well. So you have the 2 saddle bags, and if you're not interested in using those, you can just take them, fold them back, and they both come with the hooks like we had mentioned. And you can just stick them right back inside of the bag and then zip that up such as so, and keep those out of your way if you don't like the look or you don't have any use for those at the particular time. One cool thing about this is you see these additional zippers. One of this opens the lid of this, the other one extends how far up this will go. So if you take this bottom set of zippers and you open this up, it actually lets you extend the top length of the bag. So if you're putting something in it that's extra long and the bike bag is really tight, you can open that up. It'll give you that couple extra inches you need to be able to fit your items in there. If you're not going to do that, then you can just tuck that back in, shut that up, and then you can just get right into your compartment here. And this is where you'll store most of your stuff. So if you open this up, it's got some bag compartments here. I found this one to be useful for putting the chargers, for like putting on your phone or other charger cables in there. I keep the keys to anything that's going to go with this bike, such as extra keys for the battery or so in here. In case I lose this set when I'm out and about, then I at least still have another set to be able to use for the bike. Let's talk about some of the accessories that I got for this bike that I chose out, and some other people may already have things like this themselves. But if you get a flat tire out there because one of your tubes gets a hole in it, I would suggest right off the bat getting a tube of the green slime and putting it in both your tires automatically. That'll help you to prevent any little holes from keeping your tire going all the way flat, thus having to do a tire patch repair in the middle of travel. But if not, you might want to consider getting one of these classic patch kits. Inside it comes with like some rubber cement, and then it comes with actual different type patches and sizes to be able to patch your tube. And then of course it has that little grainy, sandy like tool so you can actually make the texture of the tire a little bit rough, so when you're putting the patch on it'll stick better. So that's one of the things I got. The other thing I got to go with that is valve stems. You may bust a valve stem and not be able to air up your bike, and if you do, you're going to be kind of stuck. So if you get this little valve stem tool and some extra valve stems, which is only a couple bucks, like I said, links in the description for these items so you can consider getting them yourself. You won't be stuck with a broken valve stem. Another thing you want to consider getting, and I haven't even opened this yet, but I'll open it now and show you guys, is some of these tire level tools. And it doesn't actually level, but what it does is you're able to get this into the side of your tire and actually get the tire off of the actual rim with this tool to be able to pull the tire off so you can get to your tube. It comes with a set of 4 of these for pretty cheap. So it makes it a lot easier for removing the tire off of the rim if you do get a flat in your tube. So keep a set of these, keep you a nice little tire tube patch kit and some valve stems with the cement, and you should be good to go unless you tear the whole actual tire itself. Then you're probably gonna have to get someone to come out and help you out. Some other things that I thought would be cool to go with that is I did purchase a portable air pump. And this little air pump makes it really nice when you're out and about. So it comes with the charger. Like I said, you can stick that in there to prevent it from being lost every time you pull this out, because you may pull it out one day and forget the cable was in there and then lose it. But it comes with some different types of air up fittings on it. You've got one for your tire, which is this standard tire valve. You got one for like airing up a ball, maybe like a basketball. And I'm not sure if this one is for anything specific to air up. I haven't used one. It looks like it may just blow air. If you're trying to blow something off, you can use this to do that. But on this particular air pump, if you look right here, this comes out, then it just screws right onto the top there. And then it already has a standard air nipple on it to be able to connect it right to your tire with thread, so you can thread it right on. Then you can power it on, and when it powers on, oh yeah, you have to hold it all the way on. There it goes. You can actually set the tire pressure of the bike. So you can go all the way up to however many pounds you want, or how fast you want it to actually, so that's like 52.5 pounds. So if you want 52, or if your bike's only like 20 pounds or 30, then you can see it has different functionalities for like tire, basketball. Then you can turn it on and actually pump up your bike on the go without having to worry about how you're going to pump up your bike tire. Turn it off real easily, and it's kind of more convenient than using a standard hand pump, but it's all about your prerogative and what you find to be something that you want. So that's another item we got to go with the tire patch kit stuff. It all fits in this bag nicely. One thing you might want to consider is a lock. These e-bikes aren't cheap, and it would suck to get a brand new e-bike. Go to a store for 10, 20 minutes, however long it takes you to go grab something, or you're stopping to go in and eat, or whatever the case may be, and to come out and find your e-bike gone. There's $1,000 down the drain, and chances of recovering it are little to none unless you happen to see someone riding it and you kept track of the serial number, which I would recommend while we're mentioning it. They have serial numbers on these bikes. Write it down, put it in your instruction manual so you don't lose it, and if you do have it stolen, at least you can match it up to the bike if you ever do happen to recover it or the police find it. This particular lock though is different from the standard bike lock that just comes with a wire braided cable. Those are pretty much the most common types of bike locks people use. Sometimes they're a little more effective. This one's a little bit different, and what I mean by that is it doesn't use a standard cable. It actually uses these types of bars. And if you look, it'll unfold such as so. So trying to cut through this thing in the amount of time given to that bike thief is not going to be very easy for him to be able to get through. So if he's trying to cut through this, I wouldn't recommend, or if you're in a high crime area, I wouldn't recommend using the standard cable. I'd recommend getting one of these guys. It opens up pretty easily. These are the keys that I had in there. Stick them in. This comes out like that. You can stick it around there and put it to your bike rack or whatever it is. That just slips right back in there. And then that's it. When you're done with it, it's really easy to put away. Folds right up such as so. Goes into your bike rack holder. And what's cool about this is it actually came with some nylon straps, which are these guys right here. So you can actually put these through this, such as so, and strap it around your bar right there, such as so, like on this particular bike, wherever you find room on yours. Or it actually has mounting holes. Some of these bikes, like this particular control box has 2 screws that would hold that on, but that's already reserved for that. But that's where that would go into play, is if you can take the screws and put them in, or you can use the straps that come with this. It comes with 2 of these, so that makes it really nice. Let's move on to the next item. Like I was telling you guys, for this particular bag, it has 2 of the Velcro straps, but if not, I have some additional Velcro. These are the Trail Balance or Trail Lancers. And this is a longer one. I'm not sure how many inches it is. And then I have a couple short ones. This is capable of wrapping all the way around there and strapping that bag down with extra support. Or if you're wanting to strap something down, such as something to your bar there, then at least you have something to strap it to. Like maybe you're taking a water bottle or just some type of little object that you're going to take with you to your destination. You know, you get a couple of these extra straps, and that'll give you the ability to strap down the extra things that you're taking with you. So as far as accessories go, there's one last thing I'll show you on the accessories side, and then I'll show you one thing that this bag comes with that I thought was pretty cool other than just the compartments. But what I found is I like to travel with music, and depending on if you're wanting to listen to open sound music or if you're wanting to use your earbuds or whatever it is you're using, I went out and brought one of these JBL speakers right here, and this is the Charge 4. And what's cool about this speaker, that's the actual plate that you would use to put it down, is it has a USB port and a little auxiliary type charging port depending on what it is you're charging. You can charge your phone off of this or other items with this actual battery. So you can use the speaker itself, and then you can also plug items into it to charge. But what I found was cool about this particular bag, other than some of the other bags out there, is it has these strings on it. So I found that this speaker will slide right under these strings, such as so, and then one of them sits on this side and the other one sits right here, and I can tighten it up. And now look, I can simply turn it on and I can connect it to my phone, which I put on my phone holder of the bike, and guess what? Now I'm riding around, jamming out, listening to whatever I want to. I kind of like to listen to open air music when I'm driving around on a bike or in a vehicle. If I'm at home and someone's listening to some, then I may pull out my earbuds, or at night when I'm laying in bed. But otherwise, I like to listen to music in its natural environment, which is just like open sounded music. So as you can see, that particular thing helps. And those straps that I was just showing you would come in really handy for something such as this bike, because if you were afraid that that speaker was going to come out because this wasn't holding enough, then you could actually take this guy out, put it around your whole bag, and give it that extra strap support to make sure you're not losing anything during your travel. So the last thing that this bike or this bag came with is it has a strap. So you can unhook the 2 Velcro straps on the bottom, take these, simply put them onto your bag, such as so, on either side. You got one right here, and now you can take this bag with you, because I mean, and depending on where you're at, you may not want to leave this bag on your bike with all your tools and everything in it, because someone may just come up and take the bag itself instead of your bike, and there goes all your tools or whatever you have. So you can take this with you. Or if you're not using the strap and you're traveling and all of a sudden it starts raining, it comes with a rain cover. So you can stick this right over the bike bag, such as so. And I know it kind of looks a little bit messy, but I mean, it's not really needing to be pretty. Stops the rain from getting into your bag and destroying any electronics or anything you have. And that comes with the bag itself, along with that carrying strap. So thought it was pretty cool that it came with those little added extra features. And the last little feature of this bag is on the side here, you have a cup holder or a water bottle holder, and it actually has the little strings to tighten it. So you can put a bottle of water in there. If you don't have room for your water bottle holder or beverage holder, like I don't really have room and I don't plan on putting one here. So if I do carry some water, I'm probably going to use the back of this. So those are just some extra features that I would consider. The one thing that I did also get, and I'll show you guys right here, is they don't really sell this stuff locally. I had to go on Amazon, and that's where I got all these other things. So I'll put links in the description. But is the mineral oil, because the hydraulic fluid for these pedal bikes, for the hydraulic bikes braking system, is essentially mineral oil. And no, it's not just any mineral oil, it's bicycle brake mineral oil. But that's where you would go into here and open that little screw on the top and then add a little bit of this oil if it gets low, because you find that your brakes aren't braking as hard as they normally can. I would keep some of that with you, and you already have the tools that come with the bike stored into your bag, which are these guys. And I also keep those with me. And I also keep the charger inside of here too, in case I'm traveling somewhere and for some reason I wear out the battery and I have to sit for some hours to get an extra charge. At least I'm not sitting here waiting or having to call someone to come pick me up. I can hang out for a while, let it charge, and then I'm back on the road again. So those are the accessories. Keep those in mind. Everyone has their own prerogative and their own types of items they like to keep with you, but those are just some suggested ones that make it real easy and accessible to keep your bike in good function while you're traveling. Okay guys, cool. So we've gone over the functionality of the bike. We've gone over what comes with it, tools, accessories, and such. You've seen what the bike looks like out of the box. I know we didn't do an assembly video, but like I said, links in the description for the assembly. Really easy. Almost 99% of all these e-bikes come packed the same way with the same types of things that you have to assemble. It's not hard at all, so don't be deterred. You'll be able to get your bike together with no problems. So the final step to these two bikes in this video is to go out and show you how they handle it. So let's do that now. All right guys, so we're out here getting ready to test out the bikes. Finally got to the location where we want to do this at. We got two of the H8s going. You can see we got one over there. We got one here that I'll be riding as well. And then one of our in-laws over here has actually just got his H7. And so we're gonna take them all out. I know this video's on the H8, but it'd be cool to see how the H7 functions up against the H8 on a couple little straight races or something of that nature. So we're gonna do the pedal assistant videos and clips on the GoPro here. I can't guarantee that you guys will be able to see the speedometer because it's really bright out and the reflection kind of makes it hard to see. But I will vocally tell you what we're going and how fast the pedal assistant 1 through 5 goes during the pedal movements. And then from there, we'll go try some hills, some inclines, and then we'll see what our top speed is. And then we might even just have my son and my father-in-law here jump on his H7, my son on the H8, and just go on a quick little race to see what they can do. But we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, so we're actually on the road. We're in Power Assist Mode 1. I wanted to see how fast it goes in Power Assist Mode 1. And I don't know if you can see down here at the screen, but I'm showing right now and I'm gently pulling at about 8 to 9 miles per hour in Power Assist Mode 1. And it feels like the tension on it is real smooth. I'm not having to overwork my legs. I'm actually in 6th gear as well. I've got my family ahead on the H7, my son on the H8, so right now I'm still in Power Assist Mode 1 and I'm doing 13 miles per hour in Power Assist Mode 1, 14, and you can see my legs, I'm not really going too fast. Alright, Power Assist Mode 2. It takes a little second for it to kick in, but immediately I can feel how quick it wants to take off. So we're gliding at 12, 13 miles per hour. So 13 miles per hour and I'm not really pushing it. Alright, 14. So it seems like Power Assist Mode 2 doesn't change a whole lot from Power Assist. And I'm saying power, but pedal assist. I'm sorry guys, let me correct myself. Pedal Assist Mode 2. Once I get down to the flatness over here, we'll go ahead and do a Pedal Assist Mode 3. Hope you guys can hear. Got the H7 in front of us, H8 right there. How's it going, bud? You guys can see the H7, or the H8 I should say, looks clean. My son's riding that one. Alright, so we're still in Power Assist or Pedal Assist Mode 2. And if I keep saying Power Assist, forgive me. I'm trying to focus on multitasking and everything else at the same time here. We'll go through the park and then we'll put on Pedal Assist 3 here in a second. We'll go ahead and tread through the grass, see how that feels with Pedal Assist 2. Wow, this bike just pulls, guys. I'm doing 12, 13, kind of on a downward incline, but this bike is just running through the grass like nothing. No hesitation at all. Wow, this bike wants to go for sure. So we're here at the dam area, and I'm gonna try Pedal Assist 3 on the dam. Alright, so I'm gonna switch to Pedal Assist 3 now, and I'm going to just see what it does. And man, you gotta be careful on this H8 because this bike wants to go on Pedal Assist. I'm telling you, no effort at all. I'm gliding at 15, 17, down to 15 again, and I'm in pedal assist 3. I'm not even pedaling, the bike is just going, no throttle. Let me go ahead and pedal for a second. Pedal assist 3, right away it jumps up to 17, 18 miles per hour, and that's on an incline up. So I'm on some dirt now, and you can see ahead we're just on some flat surface, but I'm pedaling and I'm about at 19 miles per hour, just about 18.6. I gotta slow down because the bike just wants to go ahead of you before you're even pedaling. So pedal assist 3 is definitely a strong mode, and it always takes a second with this bike for it to kick in, it seems like, but once it does, it just goes. Wow, pedal assist 3 is badass. Alright, so we're in pedal assist 3 again. Like I said, I got up to about 18.6 miles per hour. We're on some pavement now. Still getting at about 18.6 on pedal assist 3. We're gonna go ahead and switch to pedal assist 4 now and see where we're at there. Let that kick in. There we go. Pedal assist 4, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, and we're caught up in just seconds on pedal assist 4. Pedal assist 4 is a beast mode for sure. I'd have to go down to like pedal assist 2 if I wanted to back off, otherwise I catch up too quick. What pedal assist mode are you running on that H7, Gary? 0? You're just chucking it with the legs, huh? That'll get you exercise. So Gary up there on the H7 is doing pedal assist 0, so no pedal assist whatsoever on the H7, and it's moving smooth. It's a lot of weight to carry without a pedal assist mode with these fat tires and stuff, but it's doable. As you can see, he's doing it with no pedal assist at all. So now he's in 1, which tells you that if your bike were to happen to run out of battery or have an issue, you could still pedal it enough to get it home with no pedal assist whatsoever. And guys, I'm still treading in 4. What are you in, Darren? My son right in front of me on the H8's in pedal assist 2, and I'm gonna have to go down here in a second. I'm gonna let them get ahead for a second, and then I'm gonna switch to pedal assist 5 next. So let's go to 5 after they get ahead. And guys, I'm barely even pedaling, like trying not to pedal at all in pedal assist 4, and the bike still just wants to go. So I'm switching to pedal assist 5 now, and I'm gonna go ahead and start pedaling and see where it gets me and how fast I catch up. You can see them up there. So far we're at 17, 18, 20, 21, and I'm pedal assist 5 at 21, and we caught up fast. I'm not quite sure what pedal assist 5 maxes out at. I don't know if it stops at 21 or goes up to like 25. But so far, between the pedal assist 1 through 5, it's definitely a beast. Pedal assist 1 is probably your best bet for exercise, I'd say at this point, is my personal opinion. I'm on pedal assist 1 again, and I'm just going at 9, but I can feel the restriction against my legs, so you definitely got to put in some work. Pop it to pedal assist 2, and that's where you're going to be at on the sweet spot for me as far as getting exercise but not overexerting myself on my legs and still having the bike move at a frequent speed, a consistent speed with no issues. So with that being said, I'm thinking that Power Assist 5 is maxing out at like 23. I'm gonna try it one more time up here on a straightaway, see if I can get up a little bit higher. Yeah, we're gliding, so I'm gonna let him get ahead one more time, and then we'll shoot for pedal assist 5. Alright, back in pedal assist 5, we're already doing 14. See if we can get this bad boy up a little bit faster than 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so almost 25. So in pedal assist 5, I'm hitting 25 roughly, and that's pedaling pretty fast, putting some effort into it. and the bike's still taking off fast. Just remember, guys, I don't know quite yet if the bike performs differently when you're in pedal assist mode 1, 2, and 3 using throttle only. I don't know if that restricts the throttle, allowing you to go as fast. I think it does from what I gained earlier. When I was in pedal assist 2 throttling, it got up to a certain speed, like 11 or 12, and then it just kind of maxed out. So I'm in pedal assist 1 right now, and I'm gonna use throttle only and see what it does. Okay, yeah, so it does. I'm in pedal assist mode 1, throttling all the way, and I'm only going 6. Pedal assist mode 2, you can hear it burn out, jumps up to 12 max with the throttle. So that's how it works. It's only gonna let you throttle to a certain mile per hour in each pedal assist mode. You get to power assist or pedal assist mode 3 and throttle it. Now I'm doing 19. You can see they're up there way ahead. We'll switch to pedal assist 4. I don't know why I keep on saying power. So pedal assist 4, we are at 25.6 miles per hour max. And that's pedal assist 4. Pedal assist 5, now we're jumping up to 30, 32, 33, 34. Okay, so yeah, we can get this bad boy to 37 like we did the other day. So definitely makes a difference depending on what pedal assist mode you're in as to how fast your throttle is going to allow you to go. So, whoa. And you got to be careful with the pedal throttle, because as Darren just showed you, if you keep hitting the throttle when you're trying to slow down, that bike's going to keep on going. You all right, dude? You're all right. All right, guys, we'll get back to you in a little bit and we'll do some other tests. All right, guys, so we're heading towards these hills. We're on an old abandoned golf course. I'm in pedal assist 2 right now. I'm just chucking at 12 miles per hour. As you can see those hills up there, we're gonna check some of the pedal assist modes, see what it takes to get up this. And actually we may just throttle it too through the soft sand and see what these bikes will do. It's probably about a 10% grade. And you can see some of the soft sand right here. Not horrible. Let me chuck that into pedal assist 4 and we'll throttle it. Let's see, we're doing about 20, 22, 23, 25 in pedal assist 4, and we're just cruising on up this hill, 10% grade. So at pedal assist 4 mode, we're still cruising at 25 miles per hour. Keep in mind, I weigh 250 plus pounds, so this bike is kicking ass. No problem whatsoever. Just moving right along smooth. So 10% grade, pedal assist not being used, just throttle in pedal assist 4 mode. Storm up that hill like nothing, huh? So we got 2 H8s, and then the front bike is the H7, and it's still a single motor getting it. This isn't bad. This is pretty simple stuff here. Pedal assist 4. Go ahead, dude. Go for it. So we got a nice little hill there. These bikes will go down these little hills, and like, look at this little hill. I'm gonna start right at the bottom and throttle it like nothing, and it's burning out going over that little hill. Yeah, these bikes, no problem. All right, we're in the city, man. We're just trucking around. I'm in pedal assist 3, and this bike is just hauling ass. And I'm pedaling, gliding at 19. So, probably about a 15% grade hill coming up, but we're gonna be going down it instead. Change it to 5. Man, this thing hauls ass. We're doing like 25, almost 30 coming down. It's a busy intersection. Using brakes, dude. See if we can get this sucker up to like 37. 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're doing 37, folks. 37. Can't tell if you can see it. We are hauling ass. 37 like nothing. Catching them up. Look at this. Can't tell me we ain't going fast. 37 for sure. Slow down, 30, 26, 25, just hit 37, dude. And power assist 5, full throttle. All right, back down to power assist 4. We're just cruising. Still at a full battery too, guys. We've already done 10 miles. I know 10 miles doesn't seem like much, but still, between pedal assist and throttling, we've done pretty good. Oh, just ease into that throttle, dude. You don't have to go full throttle. Just because you don't weigh nothing, dude, and the bike weighs as much as you do. 37 right now, folks. Hitting 37 through the neighborhood. This ain't Britain, so I don't know. We don't got no e-bike laws out here in New Mexico yet, so take advantage of it as much as you can. Woo! That 37 just goes on. Full? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And it probably just wasn't reading right because, you know, which way?
We got about 10 miles.
Alright, that's fine. I'm just pedal assisting and pedaling cool and just cruising. Well, folks, I can honestly say these e-bikes are kick-ass. I'm still at full. Been going back and forth, climbing hills, and the bikes are just going, and they glide too. I don't even have to use the pedal or the throttle, and the bike just glides. Around corners nice and smooth. Just cruising at like 24 right now, 25, and I'm not even pedaling again or the throttle. The bike's just going. So it'll be about a 20 mile, it's about a 20-mile trip we took, and we'll see where the battery's at when we get back. We'll get some other cool shots too. So let's go through the grass again on an incline, probably about an 8% maybe. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna go right here, and I'm in pedal assist 3, guys, and I'm not even pedaling. And look at this, it just glides up and down these grass hills like nothing. Look at that. This bike is a monster. It doesn't slow down or stop at all. it just goes. 250-pound man chucking through like that, you know. Which way did they go? Oh. Fuck that thing, just throw it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, you can't be serious. That is some bullshit right there.
Oh, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up and empty it, and then just put it in your bag, empty. And then use your little strap. I don't want to litter. Alright, put it in there.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight, we're gonna light it up, babe. Tonight, we're gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna light it up. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight, we're gonna light it up, babe. Tonight, we're gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna light it up.
Alright guys, that's it. It was a good video. Did a lot of good clips. Went out, put the spike to test. Actually the H7 and the H8s. I know this video is about the H8s, but it's cool to see the H7 at work too. These bikes are beasts for sure. They climb hills, they go over grass, they go 37 miles per hour. We rode all day long, probably put about 20 miles on these or so, maybe a little bit more. Still at a full battery. My son went over the handlebars on his and flipped his bike and damaged some of the top stuff, but the bike still went on. So easy repair, we can buy the extra accessories, not a big deal, whatever. I appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I will do another little short video about something that has to do with the front tire and installing that, because it varies from one bike to the next depending on the motors they have that they don't say in the directions of the book. But I appreciate you guys tuning in to Review It TV, and we'll see you guys next time.